keep it as no name show. Oh, dark and shadowy times. This is good. This would be good. Welcome to the Last Rights No Name Show. I think we'll call it the No Name Show. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Back after a week and a half. Many apologies. I hope the sound is good and okay. Things are being worked on, but all that stuff. Sound will improve. Video will improve. Don't worry about it. We're pretty little ahead. Not in the next 2 months, or no, the next 6 weeks. So I'll be spending all my money on hotels in New York. So if anyone's got a couch, I'll give you $600 for a couch for a week. Anyway, yeah, this is weird. I've got a light in a different place. I've moved the camera a little bit. This will do for today. Let's say dark and mysterious, and just shadowy. Really, it's this side, isn't it? Very strange time. Just turn this up, maybe. Maybe we turn that up. Not too bad. Maybe it was just the brightness of the pieces. Pop in today and just talk about quickly Brazil, but then mainly the trip home where there was a medical emergency on board the flight. I believe it was a Delta flight. I've been fucking around on a ton of different airlines. I don't know. Delta. It was Delta. Thanks, Delta. It's called. But, yeah, hopefully they save someone's life. I hope they save someone's life. I'll never know probably unless I look it up. I'm not even going to talk about what city to what city I was flying, but in case it's a real person, isn't it? I'm not mocking. I would never mock the individual that's having medical problems. So don't say I would. Don't say I would. I was also concerned today. Oh, by the way, talk about peeling a minute. I don't know why I said by the way. By the way, this water. I have water. Gotta talk some shit. Back off the booze. I had 2 beers last night when I got back in Brazil, or 3. I don't know. Just chilling, but mainly back off the booze. I think Jamie might be worried because we're doing the Bikes of Man over on the Bikes of Man YouTube. In 2 hours, I think he thinks we're drinking. I'm not. I just said let's go mad, and he took it as let's have some bloody balls in. No. I probably won't be drinking much until I'm in America in like 4 weeks' time, and even not then. In Brazil, so yeah, I was in Brazil for the last week or so, 8 days, something like that. There's lots of traveling either side, so who knows? Maybe it was a week. Lots of fun, good beach times, food. Yeah, good. Hung out with a friend there for a week. Got sunburned to hell on day 2, which is always good. Always good. That's not why I'm wearing the Brazil shirt, by the way. It was just in my bag, and I haven't got many clean clothes. But yeah, relevant, I guess. I've got over the sunburn now. I couldn't sleep, but now I'm peeling. It's all burned here and all that, and it's just take my shirt off and it's just hangy skin. I tried to just, a bit of it scrubbed off in the shower just now. Hopefully that's going to go away in a few days. But a really weird, patchily brown and very dark brown and white, and the red's gone. I'm no longer burned, which is good. The head is flaking and it's coming out. Little flakes are out there at times, which is, nice, I guess. But it was good. I cut it short twice. I changed the flights twice while I was out there. I was going to stay for 3 weeks and then 2 and then 1. For various reasons, but yeah, going to America this month as well. Although it's going to be really March, but it's still close together, and I wanted to minimize what I spent more money in a week than I would normally spend in a month in Brazil. It's just the way it was. But did a little bit sick in my mouth there. But yeah, good. I'm going to the US. I want to cut that trip short. So that one's going to be about 10 days, and it will be from February 27th until the March 8th. So yeah, 10 days or so, isn't it? Yeah, so I fucked up there. 7, 8, about 9 days. Okay, which is going to cost me a bomb. So we're going to see what I can do. I have to sleep with some homeless, which is always a good thing to do. Anyway, travel. I ate steak. It was Brazil. There was sun. There was good times. There was beaches. There was good company. There was stuff and nice things. Yeah, a lot of the time in Buzios. I went to Porto de Baja quite a lot, and my place was right by the beach down the way. It was a lovely 40-minute walk. So just good times. I tried some new food. I tried some new sweet things like coconut Dessert things were just phenomenal, like flavored differently. Real nice stuff that I wouldn't normally try, probably, from street vendors and all that. And I snuck through US Customs a garlic, which is not allowed. But yeah, I had a bunch of food that we were going to cook in the place, but the stove didn't work. It was a big drama. So we ordered pizza and then took the stuff back. They was my friend was supposed to ship back to the house. It couldn't or didn't, and so I left it in the hotel. But accidentally, so I left pasta, tomato, and an onion and some seasoning in the hotel room, and 6 beers that I'd brought because I only drank half of what I had, and barely drank the whole trip, by the way. So I had 2 beers, no more than really 2 drinks at any one time. A couple of glasses of wine, a couple of times, a couple of beers, and that was a much better trip for me. I don't really want to get too fucked up that often, to be honest. So drinking, accountability on the drinking this year. I did sneak some garlic back, which I only found today. So I'm going to cook. It's only a few days old, so I will cook with it at the weekend, some curry sauces and all that stuff or whatever. But we'll worry about that tomorrow or tonight. We'll see how we feel. But the journey home was the grimmer. I really hope you can hear the audio, by the way. Let me just have a check here. I'm just going to settings. I really need to get a new mixer. There we go. New mics and everything on their way, I guess, ish, which is a lie. But the flight home was grim. It was, first of all, I made the decision. I Twitch streamed drunk the night before I flew. I was in a weird mood. I was going to be alone that night, and it's just going to be, I was in a weird mood, and I noticed it when I was walking around Copenhagen, also on a Twitch stream, and I just felt my head feeling a bit weird. I don't know what it was. Maybe just dehydration. So I decided to start drinking. I had half a bottle of wine that I had left over and basically 6 beers in the room. The plan was to go out and get a bit mad, or maybe meet people I know and all that stuff. Glad I didn't, because I had to get up. I should have. My flight was at 9, so you really should get the airport for 6. I thought maybe by 7. It's a 25-minute drive. Copenhagen to Hello Aeroporto, GIG on the airport code if you want to look it up. Gig. So did that. But I woke up at 5 something. I was like basically awake by 6, but I just couldn't get going. First of all, I've become such a lightweight with not drinking much in January that I was fucking hungover, spinning out of it. I felt weird, and then I got on the toilet and I was shitting piss out my ass. I was shitting, just water. It was grim every 10 minutes. It was just grim. So I must have spent a good hour trying to sort my shit out. And then I had to pack and chat. I just felt grim. Finally got out, finally got an Uber. And then we hit big traffic on the main highway. Big traffic, right? And the trip took nearly 50 minutes instead of 25. And my flight's at 9, and this is now like 10 to 8, and we're still not there. I'm like, fuck. I think I got into the airport about 8:01. And I got to the desk, and they were like, because I was going to go and get water and go for another shit because I needed it. And I'm glad I didn't. So I'm sweating in the taxi journey, just sweating. It's hot, it's warm, I'm stressed. There's no air in the car, really. I feel like I'm going to shit myself. It's just a bad time, and I'm late. But I didn't do it. I didn't get water, I didn't go to the toilet. I'm glad I didn't, because I got to the desk to check in, and the woman just went, wait. And she just goes, you don't have much time. And I was like, I know. And then she wanted, because I'm going through the States, she wanted my the visa waiver. I said, it's attached digitally. I don't need to print out. And in fact, you don't. But she was going, yeah, I need it. I said, no. I've already connected through. I know. Don't worry about it. The visa's attached digitally to my passport. When it scans, they'll see it. So I convinced them, and then the guy checked. I thought, yeah, he has got it. Okay. They got my bag on, and then this guy said to me, we've got to move. I'm going to get you. Basically, he got me through the first part of security because my pass wouldn't work. So he just had an argument with the lady. He said, it's fine. Just let him through. And he pushed me through, and he said, I'll meet you outside of immigration. So I'm stressed, and we get through. I don't have a mask. You have to wear a mask on the airport grounds, even though no one else is wearing a mask anywhere. But to get through security, I had to find one, so that was stressing myself out, taking more time. Got through, got up to the other side. The big Brazilian guy's there, and he's just like, okay, you can relax a bit. It is boarding soon, but it's okay. It was a bit of a journey to get there. So we get the plane finally, right? But now I need to shit 6 times on the plane. It's not good. I'm connected through Atlanta as well, which is, it was actually okay. It's actually a lot longer travel than I anticipated. I know I won't do it again. Basically, I'll go direct next time. But it was good to sit in Atlanta there and back to have a chili dog and all that. But didn't do much. I had flaming Chesters, which I think are cheap Cheetos, on the way back, which was good. But it's all like a really stomach and some water. In fact, is it this water? No, I don't know where I got this from. There's so many fucking airports, isn't there? Yeah, I don't know. This seems French. So that flight was grim. I was hungover, tired. I didn't want to eat, but I just forced whatever shitty food they gave me. By the way, the frittata on Delta, the spinach, it sounds nice, looks all right. It was like eating fucking rubber. And then the shitty breakfast they give. The staff are pretty good, I have to say. The staff are pretty good. But it was the second flight, what I guess I've said, from Atlanta. I'm feeling a bit better by this point, though. I'm feeling okay. I didn't watch any movies or anything on both these flights. I did Bullet Train and the Black Phone on the way out. I listened to music, listened to podcasts. I downloaded some YouTube videos, and just did that, really. But then we got, is a medical personnel, a medically trained person on board. They didn't say doctor. It was just like, anyone, please. We've got an incident on row 40, which was, eventually I realized it's 2 rows. I was on 38. So I looked. I didn't want to really look, though, but some guy in front of me got up and he was just in the aisle, like, staring at the situation. Like, someone's probably dying there. I didn't know what was going on. There was a lot of commotion, and they're like, let's lay him on the floor. I think the wife's there. I see the wife and get that it's an elderly couple. So I know they're laying this guy on the floor. But to be honest, I'm not really looking. I don't really know what's going on. I don't want to know. I don't want to put any more stress on the staff or the person or the wife by looking. But lots of people were rubbernecking, of course. But then so I guess a nurse turned up, and all I saw like 30 minutes later was her help him walk in front, and they sat them down a few rows in front of me. It may have been that they were there and he was just going to the bathroom or something. I don't know. And they asked that because it was near the toilet and all that stuff. And they kind of propped the pillow up, sat the wife next to him. They kind of make sure he was okay, gave him a drink and all that, okay, and left. And then there was just no one checking on him for ages. And the lights dimmed, all that stuff. And this one guy came back from first class to check because he'd been one of the ones who found him or was helping. And then he did this torch flash that basically did that in front of the torch to blink, and was like, I thought, okay, as soon as he did this, I thought, this guy's dead. But loads of stuff piled on. They got the lights back up on the plane in the cabin. Now, all the while this is going on, and this might sound bad, but these were just feelings and thoughts I were having. First, I was thinking, God, I hope this guy's okay. The poor wife's there. He might die in front of her. I didn't know what was happening. Kind of seizure or passed out. Could be a heart attack. Could be a stroke. All this stuff. Or to lead up to it. Still don't know. But at the time, he was alive and able to talk and all that stuff. But it wasn't healthy. It wasn't a healthy situation. But in my mind, now, I'm not sure how I feel about myself for this, but in my mind, I was thinking, can I get a Coke? I'm thirsty. I'm dehydrated. I've been shitting piss out my ass for ages. I've drunk like 6 bottles of water, but I'm just still dehydrated. I'm still dehydrated now. I've just pissed and it's yellow, like a day and a half later. There's 3 or 4 members of staff, there. So would it be bad to ask one of those? Because they're not all saving his life. Like there's now, I think, a nurse, there's been a doctor, and they're not all saving his life. Would it be so bad? He's, I don't know, like a Middle Eastern doctor, I think. He probably isn't even a doctor. He's just, heard that he's a doctor on board call and wanting to be involved. So it's like, let me have, they'll never even know. Let me just get up and offer the help. And he was giving advice to the wife and to the guy. Very sad, okay? But can I get a Coke? I mean, why couldn't I mean, okay, so his wife's there, right? She's old. It's very sad. It's probably his life partner. They've been through all of life together. What started out as an exciting trip to Europe may turn into a nightmare. But what are we going to do about the Coke? What are we going to do about the Coca-Cola? Just a small bit of Coca-Cola with ice. Dehydrated, probably want some sugar as well. Just something to give me a bit of a. I drank loads of water. Give me some sugary drink. look, if the unfortunate happens and he dies, at least we're at 30,000 feet. You know, it's closer to heaven. If you are religious, that's already good. It's closer. It's like the Uber ride is shorter, right? From the sky to heaven, you would think. I'm not sure. Is heaven inside of us, up our asses, or is it something, you know, up or out of the planet? I guess into the universe, because there's no up on the planet, right? It's just out into the universe. So yeah, closer to there at 30,000 feet. Lots of concerned faces around, right? Everyone rubbernecking, but not one of them wasn't thinking, if he's really sick and we have to take a diversion to Canada or Iceland, because we've gone up the east coast and we're now starting to come out into the Atlantic. And yeah, not one of those people. If he's really sick, is that worse that we would have to land in emergency in Toronto or Iceland? Or is it worse that he dies? Because I think everyone was genuinely worried and concerned, me too, but I think everyone was also going, it's going to be a real pain in the ass if we've got to land somewhere to get this guy medical attention. Like, that's annoying for everyone. It's probably going to be hours before we get another flight. It would just be chaos. Hundreds of people to find a new route. Probably be at least 6 hours, maybe 12, maybe a day. Okay, maybe get put up in a hotel, whatever. But someone has a medical emergency and could save his life by landing. But I think even the crew are like, listen, we want to help him out, but we don't. We just want to get this guy who's pretending to be a doctor. He's probably a rug salesman, pretending to be a doctor to just say he's going to be fine. We don't need to land, because then it's annoying for everyone. The airline has to pay everyone overtime. There's all kind of weird stuff going on. It's just, if he dies, though, don't have to land, right? If he dies and they just put a napkin over his head in seat 32, which he's now on, or prop him up in the toilet, or as Ghost Gerbil sent it to me the other day, they're special cabins on the new fleets now, where he just stick a corpse in. It's better for everyone if he dies. But I didn't want him to die. I'm not saying. I actually felt empathy. I was like, these poor, think of my parents, getting old now. It's like, these poor, you don't want to die while traveling, but just prop him up in the toilet. But he didn't die at that moment. What they did was, I heard them offer him, they offered him a seat in first class, and then he said, like, do I have to pay for it? Like, do I have to pay for it? And I'm like, no, it's on us. But really, they were thinking, shit, like, we could have sold that for $2,000. No, and now we're letting this scumbag from cattle class, who just feels a bit faint, probably, we're going to give him a seat. The wife's going in there. Is that 2 first class seats? That's $4,000. What's going on? Are they kicking people out into cattle class or into economy plus or Delta One or whatever's going on? So he did. What else happened here? So he got that seat. I did make some notes. I think just in case, I made some notes here. Yeah, so he sat in first class now, just among, I would assume, paedophiles and human traffickers, and with the fake doctor and the wife, and he might be dead. He might have died in first. I'd rather he died in first class. I don't want him to die, but I'd rather he died in first class, because then they've paid more, and they should go, well, we've paid. We're getting the luxury. We're all comfortable, and you're not going to get to see as much as what's going on. You're in your own little sea, got your own little thing going on, more hidden, easier to put a curtain up next to him. But in cattle class, everyone's going to see it. More trauma, right? So the ticket price, you might get a bit of trauma, but you're less likely to. That's what I think. If someone is dying and they get put in first class, but ultimately, with all honesty, and my own feelings were, I hope he's okay. I hope the wife's okay. But if he does die, or if he doesn't die, or if he's in incredible pain, Delta, you did a great job, by the way, Delta Airlines. Thank you, thanks, Delta. Great job. But can I get a Coke? Could I have a Coke? I just want a Coke. Thank you. That'll do. Get lost. I'm going to do something. All right. Thanks. Subscribe or not. I'll be back with Shannon something soon. And if likes a man later, all right, just give us a like and all that, and share it, and that'll be very nice. I don't know what the point was of this, and if you did watch it to this far, let me know in a comment. All right, I'll see you later. Thanks. Bye then.